When Greg Gauthier sets his mind to making the single best vineyard designate wines, it's not wishful thinking. Take a look at what happens when you get to personally select every block of vines. Well, it's been many months in the making, but we're finally here. So thank you for having us out.
My pleasure.
And why don't you walk me through the portfolio and what you do, because I think it's kind of interesting with your lineage and history of multi-generations in wine to where you are today.
It's interesting. My whole philosophy is to find vineyard blocks that carry the load. What you find over time is not every vineyard, every block is equal. So if I can find the ones that have the most interesting character and contract those blocks and make wine from that, I can consistently make really interesting wine regardless.
Well, and that's what I find fascinating is you've been doing this for so long that you know it's very much similar to a hedge fund manager picking the best stocks that are going to perform the best out of thousands.
You're saying I'm guessing, huh?
I don't think you're guessing. I think you've got some history here.
Well, you know, it just takes practice. That's all. You know, and I had a lot of great mentors to help me walk through vineyards and to see what's good and what's not. And, you know, they got a great educational system over at UC Davis that I can always lean on as well.
So stylistically, you get to pick the best blocks that you research up and down the valley.
Yeah.
And what are you after from a style standpoint?
What I'm looking for is character. I'm looking for layers. I'm looking for the opportunity to be true to the vineyard, true to the appellation, true to the varietal, but also add a little bit something special.
Okay.
So each vineyard has its own personality.
So you go to Davis, which seems to be the grooming ground for great winemakers. And then you come out of there with a renewed vigor to make your own wine and source fruit.
Correct.
And is there any region around the world that inspires you?
Well, the first real region that inspired me as far as winemaking would probably be Burgundy.
And what is total case production?
It varies from vintage. It's usually between about 3,500 and 5,000 cases. So,
and I know
not tiny, but not big enough to make a blip on the screen of
world wine production.
Yeah, world wine production.
Well, I know the G squared from the label and reading it, but I also know you're rooted in giving. And so walk us through the giving aspect and why it's important to you.
Well, we originally thought that G squared would represent our whole philosophy. Find the ground, fix the vineyard, create the grapes, get the wine made, put it in a glass, and then gift some of the proceeds to charities we thought were really important to us. Over the years, we have donated proceeds to a number of different children's hospitals, cancer funds, Pathways Home, Habitat for Humanity. So over the course of the last 15 years, we're consciously looking for ways to share our good fortune. So,
it's a good thing to do it with wine. Well, we're excited about the landscape that you've chosen today and really excited to taste some of the wine. Should we do that?
yes, thanks.
Perfect.
Love to.
When you study a wine region for over 30 years, you get to learn where the best grapes are grown. Fortunately for you and I, we don't need 30 years. We need Gauthier.